Hello, friends of the YouTube. Welcome. CoachAMillerLight show on the air, embracing the winter. That is what I am doing. I'm embracing the snow. It is actually quite exhilarating out here. So I'm listening again to the Law of Attraction Essential Collection. This is an audible that is absolutely rocking my world. Teachings of Abraham. So today I was like, oh, this is a short clip, right? Because it's 3-4 minutes long. And then I start writing it down word for word, this process of passaging, which is writing the clip word for word, which really demands my focus, and it helps me to digest it more deeply than just listening to it. So I'm like, oh, this is a short clip. And then I'm writing it and I'm like, OMG, Abraham is able to put so much information in such a short period of time. This is awesome. So exciting. So we're continuing on with the topic of allowing, which this audio is helping me have a new understanding of. That this idea of being allowing means that I'm in positive emotion all the time if I'm an allower. When I become an allower, I will always be in joy. An allower finds joy in whatever they look. An allower is decided ahead of what they're going to see and what they're looking at. Because we're here in this diverse world where there's a lot of variety, and how I look at it is what matters, not what it is. Because there's the potential to see what I'm wanting to see, what I prefer to see, what I choose to see anywhere that I look. So today, Abraham's talking about doing that with ourselves. And I think this is such a huge topic. I'm very excited about it. So here we go. Here's what I wrote down. It is important that you allow yourself to pay attention to what you're preferring. And there are those that call that selfishness. And they do so in a judging or disapproving way. And we say to you that unless you have a healthy view of self, unless you are allowing yourself to want and expecting to receive that which you are wanting, you will never be deliberate in your creating, and you will never have satisfying experience. And so selfishness is important. Usually you do not think of allowing yourself. That's today's topic, allowing ourselves. And yet allowing yourself is very important. And what we mean by that is looking at yourself, looking at what you are thinking, looking at what you are speaking, looking at what you are doing, and feeling positive emotion while you are noticing that. Wow. Okay, this is like totally gonna change the entire dynamic of my life because, you know, ourself, right? We're so connected to ourself, and I'm not tending to anymore. I'm changing my mind on how I'm going to be with myself, because expecting myself to like play at this level that is just not attainable, because perfection isn't a thing. It's not legit. That's what Abraham was talking about today. They talk about that also. Not wait till I'm in this state of perfection, right? These standards that I have that just don't make any sense. Not if I'm going to be an allower. To be an allower means look at myself and find joy in myself. See what I'm wanting to see. Hear my words and hear what I'm wanting to hear. Let's read it again, because I think it's pretty important. Looking at yourself, looking at what you're thinking, looking at what you're speaking, looking at what you're doing, and feel positive emotion while you're noticing that. This means don't critique myself, not in a negative way. I could say, well, this is what I'm going to do better. This is how I'm going to improve. This is how I'm going to upgrade. But I'm finding joy in finding how I can improve. Instead of, oh, what's wrong with you? Why are you saying it like that? Why are you doing it like that? That's not allowing. And that's not allowing myself. Interesting. That's not really how I thought of that before. But that is not allowing myself. That is being judging of myself. And if I'm doing that of myself, then I'm going to do that of others. And then I'm going to be living a life that has negative emotion all throughout it. And now I'm not becoming an allower. And if I'm not an allower, then I'm pretty sure I'm not fulfilling my purpose. I think maybe I came here to be an allower. All right, let's go on to hear what Abraham says. So they say, looking into you. This is so big. This is so big for me. right? Because I'm looking into me, right? I'm like, so close, so dissect, here's me, and let me look into me. Well, here's how they say to look into me. Looking into you, intending to see what you are wanting to see, and then seeing it and feeling satisfaction or positive emotion. Well, this is pretty big. When you are approving or liking or allowing yourself to be as you are, then you will be more likely to allow others to also be. It is the not allowing of self, usually, that's where the not of allowing of others comes forth. All right, this makes sense. That it's me doing it if I'm not allowing myself, well, then I'm probably not going to be allowing of others. If I'm critical of myself, then I'm probably going to be that of others. Shout out to Angela Smith. Way to go, Angela. Buying the audio. Way to go. How impressive. What a great move to make. So this passage today, if you want to follow along, started around minute 47 of the Law of Allowing track in the Essential Collection. You know, I noticed on the last episode, I kept saying essential, and I'm like, oh, of course it's essential. This is the Essential Collection of Abraham Hicks. Okay, usually the one who is most disapproving of a quality in himself notices that very quality in others and disapproves of it there as well. It makes a lot of sense that if I'm noticing myself and disapproving of that quality, then I'm also going to see it in others and disapprove of it in them. And in all of that, I am feeling negative emotion. I am not allowing. And that's why things don't go as much my way as they could. An allower, what I'm understanding is an allower has things go their way very easily, very simply. And I believe it was actually meant to be that way. And so in accepting and approving and appreciating and allowing of self is the first step in appreciating or approving or allowing of others. Okay. Accepting, approving, appreciating self is the first step in accepting, approving, and appreciating of others. Allowing self, allowing others. And it does not mean that you must wait until you are by your standards perfect. That makes me laugh. Right? By my standards perfect. Haha. Or that they are by their standards perfect. For there will never be that perfect ending place for your all ever changing and ever growing beings. What it does mean is looking, intending to see in you what you're wanting to see or intending to see in others, what you are wanting to see. I'm pretty sure what I got to do here is decide ahead. I'm going to have to decide that I am going to see what I'm choosing to see, that I'm going to look for the positive, that I'm going to look for that which brings me joy wherever I am, wherever I'm doing, whether it's looking at myself or looking at another or involved in this world, to be like I'm at the buffet where there's lots of stuff on that buffet. In fact, most of the items on any particular buffet, even the best buffet, Bacchanal Buffet in Las Vegas, Nevada, best buffet I've ever been to. Yet most of the stuff there, I don't put on my plate, I don't care for. But I don't get mad at it. I don't judge it. I don't have any situation with it. I simply just don't put it on my plate. I go through the buffet and I find those things that delight me and that I'd like to try, and I put those on my plate and I take them to the table and I eat them, and I'm happy in it and I'm joyful in it. I feel like if I could live my life in that same kind of a manner. And it's a buffet, it has all these choices on it, has all these things to choose from, but I don't have to put them on my plate. But it doesn't mean they shouldn't be at the buffet. They're cool, leave them there, it's fine, people like them. They serve a purpose. It's cool for them to be there. If there is another who sees something in you that they do not approve of, so often you see them see it. You see their disapproval. It reflects back through their eyes, and you feel that you have gone wrong in some way. And we say unto you, it is not your lack, it is theirs. It is their inability to be a allower that brings forth their negative emotion, not your imperfection. And in the like way, when you feel negative emotion because you have seen something in another that you're not wanting to see, It is not their lack, it is your own. And you are receiving the negative reward or negative emotion of that. What a good point. When you decide that you will see only that which pleases you, then you will begin to see only that which pleases you. And all of your experiences will bring forth positive emotion, because by law of attraction, you will attract unto you only that which is in harmony with that which you are wanting. Isn't this exciting? It's so exciting to me. The reason few have achieved it is because few are appreciating self. Few are intending to see only that which they are wanting to see. Few are being decisive about anything. And so they are having some of many experiences, some of them good, some of them bad, but they are not in a state of allowing, because at times they feel negative emotion. I really was like, what? Okay, being in a state of allowing means I'm gonna always feel positive emotion. This is what I'm choosing. Because what I'm understanding is if I could get to the place where I'm always feeling positive emotion, then no matter what's going on, I'm seeing the best in it. I'm finding the positive aspects of it. I'm handling with grace. I'm understanding how creation works, and I'm getting in the game. Instead of condemning my experience, I'm blessing my experience. I'm finding joy in my experience. And what I'm gonna have to do is decide ahead. Abraham says this. They say it in this audio at the end of this track. They give a great statement to make every day in the beginning of the day. Today, no matter where I go, no matter what I'm doing, no matter who I'm talking to, I am choosing to see that which I am wanting to see. I am intending to see that which feels good, so that I don't have to be so monitoring of what I'm doing, where I'm going, who I'm talking to, because that's not the important thing. It's what am I seeing? And no matter where I go, no matter who I talk to, no matter what I'm involved in, if I'm seeing that which I'm choosing to see, if I'm intending ahead to see that which brings me joy, well then by law of attraction, I'm going to attract more and more of those things that bring me joy. So it's pretty exciting to me. I feel like this is a great lesson, and it's this appreciation of self lesson. Appreciating self, looking into myself and intending to see that which I'm choosing to see. Instead of, it's really opposite of what I've been doing with myself. Well, let me look at myself and see those things that I want to change. Oh, that needs to be better. That needs to be better. That needs to be better. I wish that was a little tighter. I wish that looked a little better. I wish that was a little nicer. No, that's not it. No wonder. It's a whole rearrange of how I'm going to interact with myself. What I'm hearing Abraham say is how I'm interacting with myself is how I'm interacting with others. It's projecting out. It's who I bring to the world. It's how I come to the world, how I come to myself. So start with me, and I'm with me all the time, which means I got a lot of time to practice. Like Super Mario, or it was practice, right? But I played it like a game. I was so excited about it. I remember waking up in the morning, being like, get me to my little tiny TV. It was like that big, right? Tiny TV. It didn't even have cable. It was simply a TV for my Nintendo 64 to plug into so I could play my Mario and an occasional Duck Hunt. Mostly Mario though, but I played and I played and I played and I was excited about playing. And I was in the game. I understood it was a game and I had fun with it. And I eventually beat the game. And I could beat the game with one life, no warps, and I was so proud of it. But I approached it in a certain manner. And I see that I don't approach life in that same manner, but I am getting better at it. And let me go ahead and apply the lesson from today. Today's lesson is don't look at myself and say, well, I see that I don't approach life in that same manner. Instead, say, you know, Mare, I think you really are coming pretty good with this. And I do see you doing it more and more. You're here talking about it now. You're wrapping your mind around the idea of it. You are practicing it. You're studying it. And you're making progress and you're doing good. And I applaud you and I appreciate you. And I see all those wonderful things in you. So if you're looking for Mary, CoachAMillerLight, I am going to be practicing seeing the good in myself, seeing that which I'm choosing to see in myself. And most importantly, deciding ahead to do so. Because what I'm understanding is the decision ahead Deciding ahead is what makes it so. So get into the practice of it daily deciding ahead that this is how I'm going to be approaching my life and myself. All right, people, friends of the YouTube, so good to be here with you today. Until next time.